What's up, everybody?
How's it going?
Welcome to the first episode of the Whistleblowers Podcast.
Yeah,
We are your hosts. My name's Travis,
and Bobby. We're
and this
just
is
we're just
Bob.
doing this.
We're
We're
just
just
doing
going
it.
for it.
We're gonna jump right in.
Absolutely.
So we're
I
gonna
think.
jump around the league with some news a little bit here first. Don't you think?
Well, real quick, we should probably give a little intro of what we're gonna be posting on here. Just some basic sports content. A lot about like football right now because we're football season, but NBA starting up. Got the World Series going on, so we'll talk a little about that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff about fantasy football and betting, stuff like that too. Our picks and things that we like throughout the week, and then just some news about the NFL and other stuff that we want to talk about here. So pretty simple. Just dudes being dudes on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basic sports talk.
Yep.
But yeah. I mean, I guess if we want to jump right into it, Travis, you want to go into some of the news? You made some good points about some of the news that we're going on in the NFL right now.
Yeah, and I will say, people watching on YouTube Live, I do have the chat up so I can read if you have some questions, like especially for the fantasy football section, like start sits and stuff. You can get both of our opinions and stuff like that. If you have some trades coming in or something, or ideas you want to, get some advice on, feel free to drop the questions in the chat. But
Absolutely.
let's run by some news real quick. We got for the Thursday night football game. Obviously, we got the Browns and the Broncos. Baker Mayfield expected to miss the game. Out also is Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, basically everybody else on the Browns team. I'll be at the game. Won't be very fun to watch, but we'll be there.
See, still football. Thursday
Yeah.
night, prime time. Can't beat it.
Odell Beckham also misses 2 straight practices ahead of Thursday night football. He is officially questionable. Other news around the league: Giants wide receiver Kadarius Toney misses Wednesday practice, currently doubtful to play. So if you're hoping for the upside of Toney, it's not looking great. Saquon and Galladay also have missed practice and currently are questionable. I would go.
Sterling
I would
Shepard.
lean. I would lean more towards doubtful on those two, just knowing the injuries that's lingered between them throughout the year. Antonio Gibson for the Washington football team underwent an MRI on his shin. No word yet from the team if he plans to play or not. I saw on the Yahoo ticker, it was like he got an MRI on his shin. Nothing after that. It was just he got an MRI. That was it.
Not looking good though.
No,
Not looking good.
probably not looking good. Waiver pickup priority. If you see Jarrett Patterson out there, probably not a bad pickup. Jade McKissick probably is a pretty good flex play this week, I would say.
Probably RB2, I'd say, for fantasy purposes.
Yeah, that or flex, I would say.
I think that's safe.
Yeah, I mean receptions for sure. So who do they
They've
play
been
this week? They play.
Green Bay, I think they've been rough.
Yeah, they play the
They're probably-
Packers. I mean,
that defense.
gonna be playing from behind though, so probably
Their defense has been bad though. Their
Yeah,
defense has been really
yeah,
bad.
gonna be playing from behind though because the other team has Aaron Rodgers. So
Washington's been bad.
yeah, really bad.
Disappointing.
Other news: tight end Dawson Knox, really a breakout candidate for this year. Pretty much top 6 tight end for this year so
Yeah,
far.
something like that.
He broke his hand in the last game, and he actually had surgery on it yesterday. Again, no timetable on the return.
Bye week
uh,
this week though.
Bye week this week helps out a little bit. I would say leaning more towards like 2-3 weeks probably. Maybe
Definitely.
longer. Who knows?
Who knows?
Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas still says he's a couple weeks away from playing, which sucks because I just traded for him in Dynasty. Dude, that trade. I'm okay with it because like my team, it's not built to win right now, anyways. Okay, I got
Oh,
Fields, I
no,
got
you know what?
Lance. Literally everybody's hurt on my team though. I got Fields, Lance, and I got Gibson and Chubb. I got Dawson Knox, and I got Michael Thomas. Like,
Right now, I'm looking like the beneficiary of that one though.
yeah, but in 2 years you're gonna be, going 0-16
Same
when
though.
I'm going 16 and up, bud. So
I don't know about all that. We're
I-
stacked. We're stacked with some good core, good draft
plus,
picks.
there's
I'm liking that one.
some works in for a first round pick for Cordell Patterson there.
Whoever gave you that's a moron, but if you get that, good for you.
Hey, there's some
Good for you.
feelers. There's some feelers out. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
So Cowboys QB Dak Prescott injures calf on the last play of the game when he threw to CeeDee Lamb. You can see him limping into the locker room. He is on a bye week this week. I wouldn't really expect anything from this. I would probably say he's going to play. News from today, actually, Antonio Brown misses the practice Wednesday with
Yikes.
an ankle injury. That sucks really bad, especially because the bipocalypse, I would call it, of week 7 and week 9 is a big one too. It sucks because there's not a whole lot of people on the waiver wire right now. There's not a whole lot of pickups, and Antonio Brown's been a stud. So.
And you know how I feel about AB. So
Oh, I got him on my main team. I love AB. He's been great. Best wide receiver in Tampa Bay. No question. No question.
Rocking was wide receiver 1 on my squad. So.
Yeah, he hasn't really let you down other than, 2 games?
Yeah.
And even the one, it was 13?
He missed the 1 week, and then
he missed the 1 week because he had COVID.
Rams, but he had a crappy week too. But
yeah, I forget who that was against, but it's whatever.
But he's been solid though. So
it'd be interesting to see when Gronk gets back though to see his role in the offense.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's definitely a question mark. Because
absolutely.
Never know. That's 4 people to feed. Actually 5 with Fournette now. He's breaking out a little bit.
And even their backup tight ends are good too. So.
OJ and Cameron Brate.
Yeah, I mean.
We saw the return of OJ Howard last week.
He did score. Okay, he scored week 1 last year. That was Brady's first. That was the first person threw a touchdown pass.
That's
when
weird.
In Tampa.
That is weird.
And didn't he tear his Achilles or ACL that same game though?
I don't know. Would we have noticed if he didn't?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Good guy. He's good. He's a good player. Good guy, but.
Actually, we have another news segment, but I just saw that these news reports are false about the Deshaun Watson stuff.
Oh.
They're false. How disappointing is that, though?
The whole 3-way trade?
Yeah, it's all a big lie.
Yeah.
Big farce.
But I think the CBS report about Milwaukee, NBA, Miami working out that trade is still probably possible, though. No, just not the 3-way.
Maybe. Who knows?
I
just saw that.
Think? Probably Tua and some picks, maybe another player.
I mean,
I saw they wanted to trade that Noah Iguabanigi, however you say Noah. He was they drafted him end of the first round last year, I think. He's cornerback. Or
I don't know.
He's been a healthy scratch. I heard they wanted to trade him, so maybe those 2 and some picks packaging for Watson.
Maybe.
I mean, here's the thing.
It's gonna take 3 picks at least.
The only issue is how do you trade for a guy that you don't know if he's ever gonna play again?
That's true.
I love Deshaun Watson as a player,
but if you're the Houston Texans, he doesn't want to play for your team anyways.
You're doing it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, here's my thing though. If you're the Houston Texans, and he doesn't want to play for you anymore, but other teams want him.
And all the right.
But my thing is, why would you give up for anything less than that? Just because he's already not going to play for you either way. So his value is basically nothing, but it could be a lot. If you hold on to him, it does nothing. It's a wash.
Right.
So
but if you hold on, the only issue is if you hold on to him too long, and the next thing you know, all this stuff comes out, putting morals and everything aside, you're just trying to we're talking straight sports, and you want to turn your organization around. I'd get rid of him if someone's giving me something because
I would too. I'm just saying.
You know what I mean? You have no clue what's gonna go on with those legal cases. So putting all that aside, I just get rid of him.
Yeah. Just
about any good offer that someone gives you.
Yeah. I would say a couple first, and it gets done.
And I mean, if they give you Tua, that's a win, in my opinion.
Tua's pretty bad.
He's not good.
Tua's pretty awful.
It's better than having nothing.
Yeah. Thanks, Garrett. Love the Aaron Rodgers GOAT pick. All right, so you want to get into the Thursday night preview?
Yeah, I mean,
might as well.
You're one of the biggest Browns guys I know, so why don't we just.
So we got the Browns and Broncos tomorrow night on Thursday. Spread via Caesar Sportsbook is Browns minus 3.5. I don't know why we're still getting points. I mean, half our team's out, but
I saw the line earlier today moved.
Did it change?
1.5. I think it's about 1.5. I could be wrong. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's about what it's around. So we're still giving 1.5 points. I think maybe even 2, depending on where you're looking.
Yeah.
But honestly, I like that. I think we're gonna win, but
we'll see. I'll be there, so I hope we do.
I think they're gonna win, but we can get in more detail than that because obviously the big headline just all the guys that are out.
Speaking of that, the Browns injury report. We obviously got Baker Mayfield is out with a completely torn labrum now. It was partially torn, but now he completely tore it in the last game, I guess.
Non-throwing shoulder.
Non-throwing shoulder, so he should be back in a couple weeks, I guess. I don't know what the hell's going on with Baker. So Case Keenum will play for him. We got both running backs out. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt's on IR. Chubb's probably going to be back next week, I would assume. They're probably just holding him out because this is a Thursday night game. If this game was on Sunday, he'd be playing.
I think so.
So people like Dearness Johnson, Demetric Felton,
Big game, and
especially with all the bye weeks in fantasy football, probably good pickups to play, I would say.
Absolutely, but we saw what Dearness did against Dallas last year when Chubb missed.
Yeah, and we saw Felton have that big game against the Texans this year.
I think they wouldn't have to worry about anything with the running back room. I think they'll be fine there. As long as one of Jarvis Rodell plays, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
Receiver-wise. But, I mean, DPJ's been solid. I like Higgins. I think they'll be fine.
Speaking of Odell is also questionable. He's missed 2 straight practices that we've said before. I
truthfully think they're going to be okay.
And I don't know about Jarvis. Did Jarvis did he get activated?
Well, he's off IR. I don't know if he's active here or not, though. Okay. We'd have to look into that more.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he is or not. Broncos injury report. Jerry Jeudy unlikely to play, even though he's designated to return, but he's probably not going to play. Noah Fant is questionable. He's probably going to play. Teddy Bridgewater is probably going to play. Other than that,
but questionable. That changes a lot too, because as much as I love Drew Lock as a
if Drew Lock plays, it's no win for Cleveland.
But 100%. He's been so bad. I love Drew Lock. I wish he was good. I wish he was good.
Here's my thing: like, if Drew Lock plays, they might have more boom plays. Like, they might get like a really long touchdown, but he's gonna throw 3 picks. He's gonna throw 3 picks. Like, that's just what's gonna happen.
Bro.
You know,
he's just so careless with the ball.
Yeah,
and he's been that way since he came to the league. I love his arm, and I love him. He's a great dancer too, by the way. Drew Lock.
Great dancer.
Yeah. Drew Lock, you want to send me some merch? I won't complain. Big fan over here.
Got a fan over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So but Teddy Bridgewater is one of those guys. You know, he's a game manager. He's honestly a lot like Baker, just doesn't really get a whole lot of national coverage.
Someone's in a lot more commercials than anybody I've ever seen in my life, but
he's a good actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah, I might have to take that up after this year, but we can get into that down the road.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Speaking of which, I mean, what do you think the chances are this week, Bob? No Baker, crippled Browns. What do you think's gonna happen? Yeah. Well, not score prediction. Just like, how do you think this game's gonna play out? Like, what are gonna be the key factors?
Do we have at least one of Jarvis Rodell? That's the question.
That's true. That's gonna help.
Because I think Keenum to me, I think he'll do just as good a job as Baker can. I mean, obviously, okay, Baker's better than Case Keenum.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's questioning that at this point.
We've seen what Case Keenum can do in this offense a couple years ago with Stefanski. They almost made the Super Bowl. But
anyway,
I don't.
Well, the thing about that is he went 7-17 after that, so he's
he wasn't with Stefanski,
pretty bad.
but I mean, I wouldn't say that like the drop off's like super astronomical. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
I think Keenum will manage the game fine. He's not gonna turn the ball over.
Here's my thing. In the preseason games and like when he took over for Baker last game, he's been horrible. He's been horrible.
I trust him. Gotta trust him. I think they're able to win. Truthfully, my pick is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a scrappy game. Browns win 21-20. McLaughlin, game-winning field goal.
McLaughlin's been good. He hasn't missed yet, has he?
They found a kicker.
And it's weird because he came from Jacksonville. Who would have thought that would happen? I mean,
do they still have...
I don't know. The Browns, they really need this win to turn the season around. I mean, we're 3-3. This is must-win. This is must-win territory for the Browns. It really is.
Because Baltimore looks good. They're really good.
And the Bengals are no joke.
No,
I think the Steelers are still pretty bad, but
I don't know if I trust the like. Let's just if Burrow goes down, they're done. Obviously, you know what I mean. Like, I don't feel that way about the Browns, just because of the roster. You know, I think they can still overcome like the Baker injury. Plus, I think Joe Burrow's better than Baker, but
I think that's pretty fair to say. So.
That's besides the point.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Like, I don't know if Cincinnati's overcoming like a major injury or anything like that to one of their key guys. But their defense has been better. We got to see them against them. This week will be a true tale. You know, if they can kind of contain Lamar and Baltimore, maybe pull that one out.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into that game a little bit later.
Baltimore looks good right now
Yep.
after blowing out the
Yeah.
Chargers.
Well, that's probably gonna be one of the games of the week, I would say. Is it a 4
it has
o'clock
to
game?
be.
It might even be a
No,
4
I think
o'clock game.
I want to say it's a 1, but
Maybe.
it's very possible.
Yeah. We'll probably end up watching that one then, because there's no Browns game on. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Anything else you want to talk about though about the Thursday night game? In particular.
I mean, we might as well get out of the way. Like, I know your opinion on Baker. You know mine.
Yeah, I think anybody who knows me knows.
Exactly. Like, so. What do you think? What do you think after this year?
I don't hate him. I don't hate Baker Mayfield.
It seems like you do, though.
I mean, the whole, flag pissed me off. I'm a big Buckeyes guy.
Okay,
but
that's,
like, I don't know.
You got to embrace him, Bob. He's embracing you.
No, he's not embracing me.
He's embracing Cleveland.
I guess, but I don't.
You do have to admit that there has not been a single quarterback with like the balls and the amount of like. What do you
I've never seen a 500 quarterback talk as much as he does. Like,
look at Phillip Rivers. Look at Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, first ballot, no doubt.
Stop it.
Oh,
Stop.
Travis.
Not a first ballot.
No. Stop.
No, he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're
joking?
He didn't win anything. He didn't win anything.
You're joking.
He didn't win anything.
There's been plenty of guys that have never won anything that are first ballot fucking Hall of Famers. Phil Rivers, first ballot trash talker, first ballot football player.
Okay, yeah, first ballot trash talker, I'll give you, but he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Dude, Phil Rivers in his heyday was a fucking animal.
Dude, you telling me he had LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates, Keenan Allen, all at different times of his career.
Okay, yeah.
And one of the best rosters on defense and offense, and he couldn't even get to a Super Bowl.
There's been time. Do you know how hard that is?
Bob, he had the best roster in the NFL multiple times, and he couldn't make the playoffs the one year.
For Phil Rivers, we'll have to debate that. We'll have to have everybody debate that down in the comments or something. Have a poll. Is Phil Rivers that'll have to be that's gonna have to be a poll on that.
He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's just not.
I think he is.
He's a high school football coach, and that's where he belongs. He's not a Hall of Famer.
But look what he did last year with the Colts, even.
Dude.
Uncle Phil. He almost beat the Bills. Bills were good.
He's just not.
Beat the Bills.
He's just not first ballot Hall of Famer.
I don't know. We'll have to look at the numbers. That deep dive. Normally I hit you with some facts and stats.
I think he's
really
top 10 in passing touchdowns or something.
Yeah, that's probably safe. I mean, the guy played forever, but.
Well, the other thing is like people in like the 70s, 80s, they didn't throw. Like there was all rushing touchdowns. Like this is the era.
I mean, yeah,
throwing.
it's a different era.
That's why Brady and Breeze and.
I would definitely say he's probably top 15 just for sure.
Talent wise.
No, I'm saying
like numbers wise. I'm like talent wise, just no way.
Yeah, no, there's probably 15 guys, probably maybe 20 guys I take over him all time, but I still think he's first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback.
I think Mahomes already passed him all time.
Yeah, I think. I mean,
I don't get what the hype is about Phillip Rivers. I really don't.
Minus this year, I mean, Mahomes has was it 8-9 picks, which last 2 years I think
he didn't lose in September before this year.
But I was saying Mahomes is probably already a top 5 quarterback all time. Now.
Even Garrett said Uncle Phil is Hall of Famer, but not first ballot.
Okay. Well, at least he's Hall of Famer. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. We'll see.
Uncle Phil's funny as hell too, though. But yeah, what were we talking about before? I'm trying to think.
We were on the Thursday Night Football preview.
Yeah, no, I know.
So the other thing is that there's been some questionable decision making strategies by Stefanski. I would say.
But what do you think? Okay, so
just I feel like we're being way too over aggressive on fourth down as number one. Okay. Early in that game, here's the thing: we had a chance to come back in that Cardinals game, right? Okay, so if we take the points at the first drive, all right, then we're down by 8 going into half. Okay, if we take the points instead of 11, we're one touchdown away from tying the game. That looks a lot better than down 11. I don't know about you.
Yeah, but here's the thing though: what are the odds you get that lucky Hail Mary?
You can't really take that away from the game though.
No, you can't take it away from the game. But I'm saying if you don't get that, it's a they end up losing by 30 points.
I know, but
Baker
I,
was
I,
so bad.
yeah, well,
Even
he about
so
died
bad, too.
on the field though. So
Yeah, but the 3 turnovers happened before that though. Like the one
yeah,
throw, I
yeah.
don't remember who he was targeting. I want to say Hooper, just might as
That
well
one
handed
pick
it
was
to him.
really bad. I will say that was really really bad.
Now I will say the defense did get lucky. In my one league I have Kyler, and you get I was pissed. This is why I remember it, because he had the 4 lost fumbles that he dove on. So
Dude, yeah.
I was
I
losing.
was like, when are we gonna get one of these? Like, why?
I was
Like, he
losing.
dropped 4 snaps, and our defensive
I know.
linemen are nowhere in sight.
I kept losing
There's
fantasy
there's
points 'cause
literally
he's
nowhere in
losing.
sight.
Yeah, I kept losing fantasy points because for whatever reason it's -1 just for fumbling the ball. In any other league I've ever been in, you only lose 2 points if your player
Yeah.
physically fumbles the football and the other team recovers it. But regardless, so he fumbles it. What he?
I think it was 4 times. I think it was 4 times where he straight up dropped the ball, and there was no one around him. No one.
I think 2 or 3 of them were mostly on the center, where he's just like didn't know what the snap count was or anything like that, and he's just chucking it at his arm. And I think that center was a backup. Like I think that was his first game, from what I remember. But you gotta think, like, what the hell is the defense doing? You gotta get one of them, at least one, get some momentum going. Like they were just from the jump, they killed him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think those play calls with Stefanski, like going back to the Chargers game, running the ball on 3rd down. I think, and you know, if you listen to like Colin Cowherd, he kind of said the same thing. A few other people in the sports world that talk football, like they don't trust Baker. It's not his quarterback. The GM didn't draft him. You know what I mean? They're just kind of working with what they were given with.
Yeah, but if he doesn't trust Baker, then why the hell is he going for it on 4th down so much? That's my question.
I mean, because you have to.
We go for it more than any other team. Did you know that?
Look, I mean,
more than any other team, we go for it on 4th
even
down.
more than the Chargers.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I like the aggressiveness. Like you
I
gotta
do.
respect it because
To a certain extent. To a certain extent.
there are certain times though.
Now tomorrow, if we go for it on 4th down, I'm gonna be pissed. Especially if, because, I mean,
you won't be pissed if they get it.
You gotta be like.
No, I'm saying you won't be pissed if they pick it up though. Keep the drives going.
Well, it's.
I mean, obviously the biggest thing, and that's how the Browns have been winning over the last year and a half now, is just clock management, managing the game with how good their running back is.
And that works. It works, but
it does.
I agree. I mean, if we had Aaron Rodgers, we're 6-0 right now.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to go undefeated, but yeah. I mean, they definitely have more than 3 wins.
Yeah.
At this point.
Another coaching question though. Do you what's your opinion on Joe Woods? Get the guy out. Like we were talking about the defense right there. Just get the guy out. I don't know why Stefanski has such a hard on for the dude. He's so bad.
It's tough because like I do think he draws up like good schemes and stuff for him, and he puts certain like JOK's been tank.
Oh, he's been good, but he's hurt now.
I know. Miles.
Oh, he's out too, by the way. I forgot to mention him.
Yeah, Miles has been amazing. I think he's probably runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year right now. Clowney was good when he was playing. I think he's out again.
He's playing tomorrow. He's playing.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure. He's questionable, but I think he's gonna play.
He's always been injury-prone though since he started blowing up in college. But like, that's tough. I mean, because their defense plays well. It's kind of similar to like just the whole team in general. They play well against. They've played well almost every game, but against the teams that have like the good teams, they just haven't been able to finish against. I mean, they've had 2 touchdown leads against.
The Cardinals was the only game that we just didn't have a chance.
They just haven't any chance. The Cardinals just jumped on it right away, and right now the Cardinals look like probably the Super Bowl favorite right now.
I don't know.
They're playing well. Kyler Murray's probably MVP favorite too.
I would say he's MVP favorite, but I don't know. I still wouldn't take him to win the Super Bowl.
I mean, that's another one with their coach though. As much as everyone hates on Cliff Kingsbury, but they've gotten better every year under him. They keep winning more games.
Yeah. How much of that is his doing though?
I mean, it's got to be something. You know what I mean? It's his scheme.
Yeah.
His play calling, all that stuff. So I mean, he's got to be doing something right.
Got to be doing.
Getting DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt and A.J. Green. Guys
well,
like
if you get D-Hop for a 5th-round pick, I'm pretty sure you're pretty happy. So.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so I guess we'll go back in the score predictions.
Yeah, I was gonna say final.
Like I said,
final score prediction.
21-20 Browns. Chase McLaughlin game-winning field goal. Buzzer beater.
All right.
NBA just for the NBA season. Buzzer beater.
I am a homer. I'm gonna go the Browns. I'm gonna say we win by 6 points. I'll go 23-17.
You believe in that run game?
I do.
Okay.
And I don't think Denver's offense is all that without Jerry Jeudy.
No.
So.
It's not very. Their line's not great.
I mean,
okay,
Sutton's
but...
been good, but can you really trust him to have a big game against Ward? I mean, not really.
Well, I don't know. He did a couple years ago with Brandon Allen, so he had 2 touchdowns against the Browns a couple years ago. I think it was Saturday.
We don't
game.
talk about that.
I guess you want to dive into some of these other games though for the weekend slate, I guess.
Yeah. What's some of your favorite
games to watch? Definitely the Titans Chiefs game for sure.
Who do you got now?
To win, I'm gonna say I think Kansas City's figuring it out. I don't trust Tennessee's defense, and I think Kansas City can make it a shootout. Now, granted, their defense is terrible as well.
But they have Derrick Henry.
But I think and they do have Derrick Henry, and we've seen them beat them in the past. But it's hard to bet against Mahomes, man. He's so good. But Tyreek Hill's questionable, but he's been questionable all year. But I think I like Kansas City to win that game, even though it's on the road.
I think it's going to be a straight shootout. I really do.
And I think Tennessee on this like big emotional high after just beating Buffalo, who's probably who's still probably the AFC favorite, and I'd say they're the AFC favorite in my opinion.
I would say they're the Super Bowl favorite, to be honest with you.
I just think that was a fluke game Monday night,
do.
but I think I like the Chiefs.
I do like the Chiefs. I'll go into that too. I agree with it. I mean, let's face it. In shootout games, Patrick Mahomes is very tough to beat.
Yeah, I mean, over the last 2 years,
he hasn't lost very much.
The only ways teams have really been able to beat him over the last 3 years
is if they get pressure on the quarterback. If they get pressure on Mahomes, then
good pressure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously anybody's
look at the Super Bowl. Okay.
Super Bowl or teams like if you remember the Colts when they beat them that one night on like that Sunday night, they just ran out the clock. So if you can keep him off the field, I mean that's.
If you can keep him on the sideline and on the turf, it's probably going to be an okay day for you. But at the same time, I still think the Chiefs are going to put up 40 points in this game.
It's so hard, yeah, or close to it. Close to it.
If I had to pick a score, I'd probably go Chiefs 41, Titans 33. I would say.
It's a lot.
It's gonna.
Points.
It's a lot of points, but I would say it's definitely gonna hit the over, whatever the over is.
It's definitely possible. I don't even know what it is, but
yeah.
I like it. What about So, I mean, there's some crappy games this week, but I also like that Ravens Bengals game.
Yeah, I would definitely.
I know who you like to win that game.
I'm going with the upset here.
I've seen a lot of people taking that pick.
I am taking the Bengals +6. I don't know if they're necessarily going to win the game, but I like them to play close. Bengals are looking good. Joe Burrow looks really freaking good.
So is Lamar,
that defense looks really good. And somehow Zach Taylor looks like a good head coach this year. So I don't know.
I mean, it's gonna be the first really true test. I mean,
Jamar Chase is so good.
Crazy, yeah. I mean,
remember when everybody was saying he couldn't catch a football in the offseason?
I think he did that on purpose.
He probably did.
All these corners thought he was just trash and burning them, torching them.
He's like, he's the third best receiver on his team.
It's impressive how good he's been though for taking a year off. For sure.
Yeah. It's like he had a shit preseason and he was like, all right, I'm back. You know.
No, yeah, I think like he figured it out quick. He was. I mean, you gotta be pretty damn good to have 20 touchdowns in the SEC though. So.
We gotta be pretty damn good to have, what is it, 5 touchdowns in the NFL?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
That's more than people have on a season. And it's week 5. It's week 7.
He's been good.
Yeah.
What about another one? The Rams Lions revenge game. Both quarterbacks.
Dude.
What's the line on that?
Oddly enough, I think Caesars has it as 13.5, but I think Yahoo has it as like 17 or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the points. I'm taking the Lions and the points. They're not winning the game. Okay, they're not winning the game because the Lions always get screwed at the end of the game.
They're bad.
But I'm taking the points, and because they've always seemed to play it close this year. It's weird. I'm taking the points
for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, other than like that Green Bay game, they played good in the first half. But like, golf revenge game, baby. You know?
No.
Gotta keep it close.
No.
I know you hate Goff.
Goff
I mean,
sucks.
I don't hate him.
Goff might be worse than Taylor Heineke.
Hey, don't be hating on White
I
Collar.
like Heineke, but even he's not very good. So.
He's my starting QB in the
He's my super
league,
flex.
so-
He's my super flex.
What else we got? Some other decent games like.
What about the?
I mean, I guess like the Bucks and Bears.
God, I can't
Bears.
wait to watch that Falcons Dolphins game. I don't know about you.
Yes.
Dude,
That one.
what
will
happened to the
not be
Dolphins? They were 10-6
Overrated.
last year.
Just overrated.
I guess.
Two is bad. They don't have good quarterback play. Offensive weapons are okay, but I think they're overhyping like Will Fuller. He's always hurt.
What about Brian
Parker's
Flores?
hurt. I still think he's a great coach. I do.
I mean, he just doesn't have much to work with. Let's be honest with ourselves. He has no
No,
star
it's-
players.
it's-
No star players at all.
I think it was a rebuild. It still was a rebuild, but I'm saying like I think it was a rebuild that like overachieved like
Yeah, for sure.
very fast, and
Mhm.
then you know what I mean. Now that they're playing a second place schedule right now, playing against some good teams,
Mhm.
yeah, it's looking rough. But I think next year, I mean, there's definitely a chance they can bounce back, especially next. You know, if they had Deshaun Watson, get him another receiver.
I mean, their receivers are not bad. They really aren't. Will
But
Fuller.
what has kind of been disappointing is their defense, though. I thought their defense, you know what I mean? That's what they was
I
saying.
agree.
Flores is a defensive guy, and they have all these good defensive weapons, but they let like Van Noy go again, and
I agree.
these guys go. But yeah, what about that?
I was gonna say the one game, the Bears Bucks game. I will say it's
Yeah,
probably
I
gonna be
was
a
just
very
gonna say.
very good game. A sneaky good
I
game.
think so too.
I think this
I
is
think
the
so,
week that Justin Fields breaks out and has a
Although-
very big fantasy week. Okay.
I wouldn't rule it out in the range of outcomes that Field just gets absolutely.
And there is
murdered.
one specific reason why I believe this is the week for Justin Fields.
Why is that?
I just traded Allen Robinson in my league, so he's gonna get 30 points this week. I swear to God, this is gonna be the week. No,
Bucks have
they have a
but
really bad.
the
Surprisingly, the
pretty
Bucks have a really bad defense. Okay.
secondary.
Yeah,
Bad
secondary. But I like Justin Fields to go off in this game. Okay. I'm starting him in Dynasty. I have to. But
Maybe similar. I'd say you could probably expect like a similar game to how Jalen Hurts played, but Fields is a better thrower of the football than Hurts. Like I think he's more accurate with the ball.
yeah, I would agree.
Hurts is a hell of a runner though. Hell of a runner.
Dude, Hurts has played so bad,
But
and he's like the number 3 quarterback. How?
I mean, the garbage points.
How?
Man, and the rushing touchdowns. He gets at least one rushing touchdown a week. So, but like that ball he threw to Jalen Rager on that first drive that somehow he miraculously got that PI on
Dude,
on Thursday night. Oh my god, it was so bad. It was so underthrown. But and I guess diving into that Sunday night game, this is probably my favorite pick. I like the Colts this week to win straight up against the Niners. I don't trust the Niners. Much as I like Kyle Shanahan,
I don't know. It's a toss-up.
their
don't
QB
like-
situation.
I definitely don't
like
like that to get the 49ers are giving up 5 points. That's a lot of points.
No, and I like.
If it
both
was
their
3, I
quarterbacks.
might take the Niners. But if it's 5, there's no chance.
But and you know me, I'm a big Wentz guy, and he's been his numbers aren't amazing, but he's not turning the ball
I was
over like he
looking,
was
like,
last year.
So I hadn't played him all year. He was on my fantasy bench because like I can't trust him. But I just traded him. But I looked at his numbers. Outside of one game, he has not had lower than 20 fantasy points all year. Somehow. It's weird.
Because
It's
I'm
weird.
telling you, he's not 27 like 2017 Wentz MVP Wentz. I mean, he was honestly a top 5 quarterback, but
Yeah, but he's not going to be that anymore.
no,
There's no chance.
but he's been more than serviceable. He's not turning the ball over. He's got the most attempts without an interception right now, in a row. They win that Monday night game against the Ravens if his kicker just
That's
leg
true.
worked.
Yeah. I think
know
he
what I
got
mean?
hurt in
Like-
that game though. Did he not get hurt?
He was hurt before going into it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
His leg just didn't work. And they like he sat out last week. Rodrigo did.
Really?
So yeah,
Wow.
they I think they have Mike Badgley or something. Don't ask me why I know that, but
That dude does not look like he should be playing football.
Rodrigo,
Yeah.
he was a tank.
He's
in
got the
college. I
rec
remember seeing
specs
him
and
in
the
college.
weird ass mustache. He looks like he should be sitting outside of a 7-Eleven in a white van.
Gotta love him though. He's funny.
He's fun.
pretty funny.
I mean, he's good for the game.
But yeah, I like the Colts this week too in the
I-
Sunday night matchup.
I'm
Even
gonna
on the
hop
road,
on
I like the
board.
Colts.
I think I'll take the Colts with the points. I don't know if they're gonna win the game. I'll take the Colts with the points.
Colts money line.
Yeah,
Not gambling advice. Not gambling advice, but Colts money line.
it's not even legal in Ohio yet. So.
I guess
What about the Monday night game? Saints Seahawks. What about Geno? This is like a rematch of like what, 2016 Geno and 20. When did Geno last play?
it's been a
Did he ever play Jameis Winston?
What was the last team Geno started on? Because he's been on Seattle for like 3 years and he's never played there. Because
He
Russ
went
hasn't missed a game in
to-
years.
God, where did he go? Did
I
he
mean,
go
he's
to the
with the
Chargers?
Jets. I don't remember.
Or no, that was Tyrod.
I don't
Dude,
know.
I don't know. He's like a journeyman at this point.
He was so good in college. I
Geno?
remember him coming out of college with
Yeah.
him and Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin. Anybody knows, real college football fans, Tavon Austin, greatest highlight tape I have ever seen. Anybody will ever see. So good.
Remember Chris Davis, the dude who returned the kick on the Alabama Alabama?
Yeah, he was.
Whatever happened to that dude? Didn't he get drafted and he just like didn't do anything at all? He made the biggest play probably in like almost in college football history, the one that everybody knows about,
Yeah, they made the national championship that year.
disappeared.
Who did they lose to? Oh, Florida State lost Jameis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's last year, the BCS Bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Crazy
I like the Saints this week, even on the road. Seattle's just their defense.
I would agree.
I think they have the worst. They probably have the worst defense in the league.
Yeah. I like honestly, Jameis might have a good fantasy day.
Possible.
I am very
We
concerned for.
are rooting for a lot of Alvin Kamara.
I know, but I have DK Metcalf and I'm very concerned. I will say
Yeah.
he's probably not.
And
gonna have a
Lockett.
great
If
week.
you have Lockett, like
Lockett looks droppable right now. Like, although I wouldn't, I would try to trade him, but
I mean, Russ is gonna come back.
yeah, that's true. Once Russ comes back, they're both DK's a wide receiver 1, Lockett's a wide receiver 2. That's just how it is.
Yeah, easily.
2-3, I'd say, for Lockett.
He's good when Russ is there. But I guess speaking fantasy, I mean, we put a little list together, compiled some
For the starts of the week.
yeah, some start sits this week. So I mean,
So you want to go by position then? Just
yeah, we can do that.
you can go first for the quarterbacks.
You want me to go first? So my quarterback of the week, we were just talking about him a little bit ago, is
The glitch himself.
Jalen Hurts, just garbage time touchdown king.
You know something crazy?
I mean, it's not pretty, but he's gonna get it done fantasy wise. Who knows if he's even gonna have a job next year? But
Yeah.
he's fantasy wise amazing. Steal of the draft, honestly.
You know something crazy? Going into the fourth quarter last week, I think he had like 5 points, and he ended with
He was
27.
atrocious.
He ended with 27 fantasy points.
Yeah, I saw something on TikTok. This guy's like, "Here comes the Jalen Hurts." You know, he's like predicting. He's like, "Here comes the Jalen Hurts garbage time points." I'm like, yeah, good for you. But I guess, what about your quarterback?
I got the man on the screen himself right there. I got Aaron Rodgers going against the Washington football team. Probably the most disappointing defense
So,
in the entire league. They're awful. They're awful.
four first round picks. And
4 first round
considering,
picks and a decent secondary, and they're awful.
with a defensive coach who's been good in the past.
Exactly,
Like-
and they're just so bad.
I don't know, but yeah, is there any other reason why you like Rodgers, or just because it's Aaron Rodgers?
It's Aaron Rodgers, and he's
Hell
going
of-
against the Washington
Hell of a
football
football
team.
player. He pisses
Healthy
me off,
Rodgers, healthy Devontae Adams, healthy Aaron
And
Jones, healthy
I
AJ
think-
Dillon.
I do think, and I wasn't really a big believer in Green Bay coming into the year with the whole Rodgers drama, the Adams drama, but like I think they have another gear. Truthfully, like I think they could be even better. Like I don't think they've been playing that good, and they're still 5-1.
I
Like I
think
think they could be better.
I think this might be the year they go to the Super Bowl. If I had to pick Super Bowl predictions right now, it'd be Packers and
Go.
Bills. If I had to.
Wow. Yeah, that's bold. I respect it though. I mean, I respect Rodgers as a player. He's a hell of a player. So I guess running back, I'm gonna go with Chuba Hubbard this week.
Who do they play?
Giants.
Giants. Okay,
I like that matchup for Chuba. I mean,
that's not a bad pick.
I think he has a safe floor. I mean, with no McCaffrey, he's
Yeah,
anybody. As
true.
we've seen with whenever McCaffrey sits out, whoever the backup is, just seems
I mean,
to be,
Mike Davis
solid
looked good
play.
last year when McCaffrey was out
Yeah.
somehow. So
I mean, just a solid play that running that offense fits.
Yeah.
Just the scheme. So I like Chuba this week.
for me, basically for fantasy football, if you have a running back that goes against the Lions, you're gonna play him. So I'm gonna go with Darrell Henderson.
Another safe.
He
like,
is
how good he's
showing-
been so consistent.
I would tell you, like, he is potentially league-winning value this year in fantasy football.
Yeah, I mean,
League-winning value.
and depending on where people draft, when they draft, when they
I think people
him,
got him like the
anywhere
4th or the 5th round or something after
Anywhere, I mean, well, even
like-
when they picked up Sony, like I think he
Yeah,
fell
yeah,
up in
yeah.
our draft. I think he went
Exactly.
the 6th round in my one league. Like,
I think in our
anywhere
draft he went
between
like
round
the 4th or the 5th or something like that. But
right.
that for an RB1 is ridiculous.
I mean, I think he's just outside the top 12 right now because he missed that one game, but he's been so consistent.
I would say he's an RB1. I would say so.
Yeah, I think that's safe to
But
say right now.
you're telling me he was drafted around dudes like Myles Gaskin and Trey Sermon?
And probably behind like even Sanders and
Yeah,
Jacobs.
he was definitely drafted behind Sanders.
We were talking about Sanders earlier, how Sanders is probably the ultimate buy low candidate.
Yes and no. I mean, who knows? But I would say it's very cheap right now to get him. So
like the one trade we were discussing earlier that I made for him, I think
that's worth it. Yeah, that was absolutely
low risk, extremely high reward for that. But
exactly.
I guess we'll go receiver. I like Sterling Shepard. I was on the Sterling Shepard train
so
early in the year.
You like that Panthers-Giants game, huh?
I do. I think there should probably be a lot of points because as much as like the Panthers defense is good,
I think they're getting exposed now. They're getting exposed now.
A little bit. They're still a work in progress. I still think they do sneak in the playoffs as the last seed, but
I don't know about that one.
But Sterling Shepard to me is like a no-brainer. I was big on Sterling Shepard going in the year because he's just
he's like the only guy there now. So
right now, but they run I think the most 3 wide receiver sets in the league, or one of the top 3, maybe behind the Bills.
He's always been kind of weird too, because Shepard's always been that PPR guy.
the fight he got in preseason, I said, all right, Shepard's ready to roll. He's back to number 3.
Dude, that receiver room's got some throwing hands. Remember Tony punched the dude in the face?
Tony's something else.
Dude, he's good, but you can't be punching people in the face, and he's hurt this week.
Especially that game he had, he was going off. But who do you got for receiver though this week?
I have the man himself on the Eagles, who Jalen Hurts is going to be throwing a lot to. I have Devontae Smith. I like the matchup.
Should be a shootout.
It should be. Both defenses are pretty awful.
Derek Carr's a good quarterback, but
exactly.
They're very similar teams. I think. I think Oakland's a little bit better, or Vegas is a little bit better, but.
I really wouldn't put a gap. I wouldn't put a gap in between those two teams as much as weird as it is. Even though the Raiders are 4-2, and the Eagles are 2-4, I wouldn't put that big of a gap in between them.
The Eagles, I think they're kind of underrated. Like I thought they were gonna be very bad this year, but even with the injuries, Hurts is so mobile. Like to the injuries of the line, he can avoid those, and their defense is weirdly not terrible. Like they looked like they were gonna get blown out by Tampa, and then they held their own.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been surprisingly decent. Sirianni's been okay, other than
not giving the ball to Miles Sanders.
Just running the ball in general. Kenneth Gainwell looks good too. Just give those guys the ball a little bit.
He's been pretty surprising, yeah. But as far as Devontae Smith goes, it's pretty much been him and Jamar Chase for rookie wide receivers. I mean, Tony had the one good game.
But no, I like Devontae Smith this week. You'll see that later.
It's kind of weird because we like flip flopped our start of the weeks in our next segment because you have my player and yours, and I have your player and mine somehow.
No.
But for tight end, go ahead.
No fan.
So you're going with the Thursday night no fan?
Yeah, no fan.
Even though he might not even play.
I think he's gonna play. Banged up Browns, no fan. Bad line.
I will say it's weird. The Browns always seem to give up a lot of points to tight ends.
He's getting a lot. Yeah, they do. But he also I'm trying to think. He's like running. I think he might be running more routes than Kelsey. Like I'm not even making that up. I mean, it could be wrong, but he's running some of the most routes as a tight end. He's getting a big target share on that team with no Judy. I like Noah Fant tomorrow night to score. So
I am going with the Rodgers and Tunyon stack. So I'm going with Big Bob Tunyon. This is the week. This is the week.
He's due. I mean,
they're going against the Washington football team. They're going to score points.
I think he's too good not to produce at some point. So.
And he's been pretty disappointing this year. I think this is a week for Big Bob Tunyon. Did he get the touchdown? And the other thing is, you got people on buys this week. Okay, so you got Dawson Knox. I mean, he's got a broken hand. So, especially the person who has Dawson Knox.
Yeah, and
Tunyon is probably on your waiver wire. I will say that he's probably on your waiver wire. If you have Knox, I would go pick him up.
Or just any injuries or anything.
Yeah, sure.
Plug and play. And then I guess we'll go into some sleepers. So I have 2 sleeper picks.
I only have one, but yeah, you go ahead.
I like Rashad Bateman. As much as Baltimore runs the ball, they got to throw to somebody, and he was looking like he was gonna be the wide receiver 1 in that offense preseason. Maybe even looking like he's gonna be the wide receiver 1 now. He was tied for team league in targets last week, so I think he's too good not to produce some good games. So even just put him on your bench and stashing him like fantasy wise,
Mhm.
I don't see anything wrong with that. So I like Bateman, and then another guy in the Thursday night game with the injuries and how good the Browns run scheme is. I like Dearness Johnson is just a plug and play. I mean, granted he has no value with those other two guys there, but this week with the amount of buys and injuries, I love
It's
Dearness
true.
Johnson this
It's
week.
true.
I think he's
Anytime
got a
you can get a
safe floor.
starting running back with bye week issues,
Even
you gotta throw him in.
even if it's just for this week, it's
Yeah.
worth it.
My sleeper pick is actually Rondell Moore against the loathsome Houston Texans.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Because
Pretty
even
bad.
if like even if it's like a blowout, let's just say like Colt McCoy comes in the game,
I like his chances to
Moore-
catch a touchdown.
I like that.
I
but
like
I'm
his
saying,
chances to get over the top, either that or a
I like
screen
him to
pass, one of the two.
I like him to stay in the game though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just to get him some more reps.
That's the other thing
probably
too.
bench-
Is like probably by halftime, Hopkins might not even play that much. it's gonna
I mean,
it's
I
gonna
say
be
probably
like
by the
20-0 by halftime. So
like in the fourth quarter, I'd say like if they're benching their starters, I think it's safe to say like
well,
Rondell
Green's
Moore
not gonna be playing because he's old.
right,
Christian
so
Kirk.
It's safe to say
It's
like,
probably gonna be a lot of Christian Kirk and Rondell Moore, is what I was saying.
right, and if maybe Isabella's healthy, but which I couldn't
Yeah,
tell you
maybe.
is, but I'm saying.
But I like
yeah.
Rondell's chances for a touchdown. So
Definitely.
it's just me.
100%.
Long play, long touchdown, just a sleeper pick. But
Yeah.
next section we're gonna get into. We decided that we're each gonna make a DFS lineup each week, and then we'll
Yeah,
keep track of the record
salaries-
to see how we do
salaries
against one
through,
another, and we'll give you guys some advice to maybe win some money or something like that. I'm probably gonna enter this
Salaries-
lineup just for the heck of it.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
I figured we are gonna go head to head with against each other with them possibly, but
Yeah.
um, so salaries are based on DraftKings.
Yeah.
So
I'll go first. I'll
with-
go first.
Okay.
So first off, I just want every part of that Chiefs Titans game just because of the shootout. So I have Ryan Tannehill for 6,400. He's been a little disappointing, I will say, but it's the Chiefs. They're not a good defense. He's 6,400. It's a little bit. I wish he was like 61 or 6,000, but I decided to go ahead and.
I don't think
spend
it's a
the money.
crazy overpay.
It's not really a crazy overpay considering the matchup, but
Yeah.
But who's your QB?
I got Hurts.
Yeah.
So
that's
I got Hurts 6,900.
he's gonna play like shit and get 30 points. That's what's gonna happen.
He's got a safe floor, especially with especially because DraftKings is a 4-point passing touchdown, so odds are a decent chance he runs one in. So
That's true. That's true.
I like
For first running back, I have Chase Edmonds for 5,600 against Houston. Against the Houston
Yeah,
Texans, they're pretty bad.
He's had
so.
a super. He hasn't even scored a touchdown. He's
No,
pretty
yeah,
safe.
but he's been
PPR
pretty safe.
score,
He had the one bad game a couple weeks ago. I don't even know how he did last week. Did he do any good?
No, he didn't.
So he's had two
He's
down
had
weeks.
He's had 2 down weeks, but
So
like,
I give him a
overall,
bounce back week this week. He's really cheap for a starting running back, 5,600. Plus, the other thing too is he's been hurt the last couple weeks, so
Right.
they've
Okay.
probably been playing it safe. So
Well, so my running back one is actually pretty cheap too. I got McKissick at 5,000. This is granted. Hopefully,
you're saying
Gibson's
hopefully
out.
Gibson doesn't play.
But even if Gibson plays, I think he's still a decent because of the receiving floor.
It is the Packers. They're probably gonna be playing from behind. So
You know what I mean? So I like McKissick at 5,000.
I will say whenever he catches passes, it just hurts my soul because freaking Ron Rivera in the offseason. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
give Gibson the CMC role this year. Not,
Right.
For my other running back, I have one of my starts of the week. I have Darrell Henderson for 6,600, which is actually such a low price for Darrell Henderson, in my opinion. Great matchup
Another
against the
safe-
Lions.
just
I have no
another
idea
safe
why
play.
he's 6,600. He would be
Yeah, I
he
think
would
it's
be
safe
an
to say-
insta lock in all of my lineups right now. All of
He's
them.
probably safe to say. Like I like that pick. It's probably safe to say he's probably $1,000 undervalued. I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because ideally you want your guys to 5x. That's
Especially
ideal,
in this
so-
bye week riddled,
Right. And like with guys like Kamara playing on Monday night,
exactly.
so I got Darrell Williams at 5,800 too as my RB2. He's
Okay.
filling
Shootout
nicely.
matchup.
Good
Yep.
Good
Shootout.
matchup against the Titans. I like him to score a touchdown.
For my wide receiver, I like to stack when I do DraftKings. So I took AJ Brown 6,300. Actually, again, pretty cheap. I know he hasn't been great this year,
Yeah,
but
he's been kind of disappointed, but he got
but-
bounced back last week.
I'll tell you what, man, Julio sucks.
Decently.
Like Julio's been so bad for fantasy this year, and it's disappointing. I will say, I made a trade earlier in the year, and it's been probably the best trade I've ever made in my life. I traded Baker and Julio for DK Metcalf,
Oh God.
and it's turned out so good. Uh,
Yeah.
but
I
I
like
mean, I like Julio. It's just it's kind of like the Odell in Cleveland situation. It's just not working. You know.
I think
Yet,
you gotta
yet
let it
it's
play out
only
a
it's
little.
only been
Yeah.
it's only been 6 weeks, so you can't really say
Right.
anything. But
Nah. Yeah. I think you gotta let it play out a little bit more.
yeah,
But so my wide receiver one, I went a little bit more on the pricier side. Revenge game. Hopefully he plays a little bit, but I think he'll probably have 2 touchdowns at halftime. That's my pick. DeAndre Hopkins gets his old team.
probably
So
a safe bet. Probably a safe bet.
yeah, he
I would
hates him.
go, dude. I would go the stack with Kyler and DeAndre, but that's like two really
It's
top
too
options,
expensive.
and it's too expensive. You're gonna be starting. You're gonna be forced to start like J.D. McKissick or
Yeah.
something, or Miles Gaskin. I really don't want to do that. Yeah. For a second wide receiver, I like the upside of Hollywood Brown. I mean, he either gets 35 points or 7 points. Like, you know, the
I think
DraftKings,
he's
you're
a
looking
good
for
turnover.
upside, so
Yeah,
I'm going
he's
with
pretty
Hollywood
good. Like
Hollywood Brown. He's got a good matchup, and he's actually really under cheap. He's really undervalued too, only at 5,800.
yeah, but
They
I will
go
say,
against the
I mean,
Bengals. I like a lot of points in this game. I'm going with Holly Brown.
with Bateman coming back though, it might eat into his targets a little bit. And they've been
Yeah,
peppering Andrews.
true.
At the end of the day, they're on first team, so.
Exactly.
Here's where I also do like to do the stacks. This is my stack. I got Devontae Smith at 5,400 this
Mhm.
week, which I
Also
like
very
Devontae
cheap.
Smith close
Very
to.
cheap.
I like him to score close to 20 points this week. Ideally, that'd
I
be
hope
ideal.
so.
You know,
So for my third one, which I guess would probably be my first one, I have Calvin Ridley. For 6,600, pretty cheap, I would say. Also,
bounce
but they're
bounce
playing
back week
playing the
after
Dolphins.
he hasn't played in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're playing the Dolphins. Dolphins are horrible.
See,
I like Calvin Ridley's chances. So yeah,
any Atlanta
especially at
player,
6,600, I say he's probably a good pick.
can't go wrong with really any Atlanta player. I think this week.
No.
My third wide receiver, I got Amon-Ra St. Brown against the
Interesting.
Rams. I mean, they got to throw the ball to someone, and plus he was a value play at 4,100
Yeah,
because of the guy who's in my flex spot. I had to play this guy. So
that is very true. It's weird.
So
But
You had
for
tight
tight ends, I took the guy who scored touchdowns in consecutive games for the New England Patriots. $4,100 is Hunter Henry. Touchdowns in back-to-back games. If he catches a touchdown, it's a good pick. If he doesn't, it's a bad pick. I mean,
yeah, for that price, I agree.
exactly.
I got Uzama for 3K.
I like that pick. I really do. I don't know, like, he's cheap, but like he either blows up or he doesn't, or he does nothing.
Yeah.
So, but that's
So,
honestly
yeah.
that's how you have to play DraftKings. You have to fill it with a bunch of boom or busts. Like
I
you
pretty
can't go
much punted.
conservative.
Punted tight end because the guy who I have on my flex. So.
Yeah, I see that. But in my flex, I do have your start of the week. I have Chuba Hubbard going against the
Like
Giants
Chuba.
for 6,100.
I think he's got a good floor there.
I would say so. He's my floor pick for the week. I will say. Pretty much every other play is pretty upside potential. Maybe
But you are
Edmonds is solid
contradicting.
floor.
I will
but-
say, you're contradicting yourself with the defense, though.
That's another value pick, though. It's a value pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have them too. So.
Exactly. They're yeah.
I mean, if Darnold is turnover prone
Exactly.
sometimes, and that O-line's not great, so there's probably a lot of sacks in that game. Even
Yeah.
though the Giants' defense isn't great, but my flex pick's Derrick Henry. So.
I just can't like.
9,200.
He's starting to get
I
up there
mean-
in price. He's 9,200 now.
You can't go wrong with him.
I know you can't go wrong with him, but
He's. I can understand not paying for him, but I'm paying up for him in a great
Yeah.
matchup.
yeah.
You know. And then at defense, we were just talking about we both got the Giants. So.
Both got the Giants 2,500, 2,600, what is
Yeah.
it? Something like that.
Yeah. So what's your total? Are you exactly 50K?
I'm at the cap. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 49,000 600 or something like that, like
Gotcha.
just under. So yeah, I mean that's it, I guess, fantasy wise. I guess
Did you
I
want to
don't
talk
really
about
know.
the World
Yeah,
Series a
talk
little bit?
about a little bit about World Series, a little bit of NBA here, and then we'll finish it up. But I guess, well, we're not at the World Series yet. But baseball wise, I mean, Braves. I think they play again tonight. Braves are up 2-1 on the Dodgers.
The game the other night hurt.
Good for the Braves, though, man. I mean, with their top 3 player in baseball and their team getting hurt and missing
Yeah.
time since the All-Star break, the way they've like kind of went Rays
I
with like
feel
the
like-
outfield platoons.
I feel
I
like
don't
that
think they
Bellinger
have-
home run just took the sails out of the wind out of their
No,
sails.
he figured out how to play baseball again.
Exactly.
But and the Dodgers are loaded. I mean, they have even more. I mean, everyone knows I'm a Yankees fan, but even more than the Yankees, they're pay to win. I think their salary is
I like
60, 70,
the
60,
phrase you
70
used a while
million
back
more.
for the Yankees. You said we don't rebuild, we reload.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate considering like the Indians spent, or sorry, the
Yeah.
Guardians.
And I mean the Indians,
They spent no
Indians,
money.
Yankees,
Spent
the
no money.
Yankees. I think it's 20 straight years they made the playoff, or had a win, not made the playoffs, had a winning record. I think is the
Yeah.
numbers. Granted, they haven't made playoffs a couple times, like after the Jeter years, a little rough, but you do have to give them credit. Granted, they're paying these guys now, but most of the guys on their roster are like from their minor league system, other than Cole, obviously, and Stanton. But like
Two of
they
the
traded for Glaber.
only like the two biggest players on the team outside of Judge.
I
Like,
know, but like I know they drafted Judge, traded for Glaber, with the Chapman trade, picked up Urshela off the Indians, who he was
God, that
horrible
was the
with.
worst. That was the worst thing ever, bro.
Next, he becomes a beast last year with the Grand Slam. LeMahieu was a sneaky pickup, but like he wasn't like a, oh my god, DJ
He was
LeMahieu
always
was a 300
solid
million
for the
dollar.
Rockies, but he was
Yeah,
never like a
but he wasn't
stud.
300. He was not.
He
a
was never an
$300 million
MVP.
player.
He was never an MVP candidate.
No.
That's for sure.
He had a down year this year.
Yeah.
Luke Voigt had a down year this year, but yeah, I don't think the Braves are bad at coming back. As much as I
don't.
hope they do. Like, good for them. But
Yeah.
and
I
then
just
in
think
the ALCS,
that home run itself just completely just killed
yeah,
him. It just killed him.
no, I
They're
think you're
they're
right.
not gonna
Especially with the I think they have Morton going tonight or tomorrow. I think they play tonight, right?
I'm not sure. I
honestly haven't.
Maybe.
I've been so pissed since the Yankees lost. I really haven't been paying attention watching wise, but I've been keeping up the scores and like some of the highlights and stuff. I think they have Morton who might give them a chance, but
Mhm.
I don't think they're pulling that one out. And then in the ALCS, I'm literally just rooting for a meteor strike. I can't stand either team. So.
I'm voting for not the Astros. I don't mind the Red Sox winning because obviously you don't because you're a Yankees fan, but I don't mind the Red Sox winning. I just don't want the Astros to win at all.
No.
I do like Schwarber.
No, and I know there's been a lot of talk about the Yankees signing Correa in the offseason. I'm kind of bittersweet about it because he's a hell of a player, but I just hate him. So I don't know if I want him.
So what are they going to get rid of Glaber then or something?
No, they just need shortstop because they moved Glaber to second base permanently. I think.
DJ going to play third?
Probably.
Or Shelley going to move to left or something?
I don't think they're going to pay Urshela. I think it's free agent.
Gotcha. Reload time, I guess.
Yeah, I'm hoping for Corey Seager. He's a free agent.
Dude,
so.
Monster. I love Corey Seager.
Yeah. What do you got? You think the Dodgers win it all? Still, they're so loaded. But they've been disappointing.
I like the Red Sox to win it.
They're fair. I don't like their bullpen.
They're hot right now.
Yeah, they are. And I thought they were so down going into that Yankees wildcard game after the Yankees
baseball, man.
Right,
anything can happen.
Yeah, I hate the one. I think they're probably gonna end up changing it. The one game plan. I mean, look at the AL East. You had 4 teams with 90 wins.
Yeah. I mean, look at Toronto. Toronto didn't even get in, did they?
No.
Exactly. Toronto was a good team. They just didn't get in.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the Dodgers are probably gonna pull it out. As much as I hate to say it, but yeah. And then NBA started last night. I know you're not a huge NBA guy, but
I don't think I've watched an NBA game in like years. As sad as
but
it is.
I didn't really watch too much. I mean, I watched a little bit of the Lakers Golden State game yesterday. I know a lot of people that are big LeBron fans, and though I can't stand LeBron James, but oh my God, they look old, and it's already game 1.
Really?
LeBron
Really?
played well. AD played well. Westbrook was horrible.
Really?
They're gonna have that a lot. They're gonna win a lot of games, but all these people are like they're so overhyping them. They have the 2013 All-Star team.
I mean, who would you even put in the finals right now? Like, who do you think is the best team?
If I think Milwaukee's probably gonna come out of the East again. Them or Brooklyn.
Dude, Brooklyn's just such a mess, though. Like,
yes, I agree with the whole Kyrie thing, and then
like,
you never know with Harden's health and KD's health.
I swear to God,
Giannis is not even in his prime, and he's amazing. Like, I don't think Giannis. He's like 26. He's phenomenal. He's just getting better. I like Giannis. In the West, the West is tough because there's a lot of good teams, a lot of young teams, but no one great. I like Denver. With Murray coming back this year, Gordon with a full, offseason with that team, and then healthy Will Barton, and you got the MVP with Jokic. I like Denver, and I like Phoenix again. I had a lot of people writing them off, but love Chris Paul. He's probably one of the smartest players of all time. He's my favorite player of all time. Devin Booker's phenomenal. The whole Ayton thing sucks. I think they'll work it out. I like Phoenix too.
I do.
Truthfully.
I will say, as far as the Kyrie situation, it is so weird. Ever since we won the finals, it's been this Kyrie Irving is literally
He's always
he
making
fell
the
off the
news.
deep end almost. Like ever since we won the finals, not even like that we just went to the finals and lost them.
Yeah.
Ever since we won to the finals and won, it went to the finals and won. He's been a train wreck. Train
I will
wreck.
say, like, I do think Kyrie's like a bit of a narcissist. Like, just like
Oh, I do.
hearing people
Yeah,
talk
absolutely.
about him, seeing people talk about him. But I respect him for he does a lot of good things, charity work, donating to the HBCUs and stuff like
But
that.
he's a self-centered douchebag. I mean,
You
you
know,
can't say he just
I
doesn't
can,
do those things for press because he does. Like
yeah. I mean, I
the
will
whole
say,
holding
like,
out thing. Like
I don't hate him for standing up for what he believes in. The only issue I do have with it, he's talking about like speaking for the people without a voice, who've had to lose their jobs. I mean, he's still making $17 million to sit at home. Well, he
exactly.
could retire. He's still gonna get paid $17 million. There's literally people who do feel that way and aren't working and aren't getting paid. So that's the only thing. Like, whether I'm not trying to get political or on facts,
Yeah, probably not a great idea.
But I mean, just that's the only thing. Like, he is a hypocrite sometimes. But I can, if he doesn't, you know what I mean. He's had a lot of people say like, look, if he doesn't want to get it, who cares?
Oh no, I don't
Just
blame him
it's
for
just
like not wanting to get the vaccine and stuff. I'm just saying like
it's just that the only thing that sucks is that the New York State rule. So I mean, it's the only thing. If
yeah,
that wasn't a
exactly.
rule-
Like
But if I was a team, if I was a team like the Mavericks,
Trade him.
to pair him with like,
trade him.
but if I was like I'd go buy low on him, and pair him with Luka. As much as he is a headache, he's still a hell of a basketball player.
Mhm.
I would like that combo.
I wasn't even referring to like this scenario in general, but he's had
There's constant.
so many like
Last year,
constant
he went off.
like
He went
little
off the face of the earth
annoying
last
things
year.
about Kyrie that just screw your entire season up.
The
Like
the whole Earth is flat thing.
like
Was like,
what?
what are you talking
I
about?
never got that. Like what? Like come on.
He was toxic in Boston. They were
Exactly.
better without him in Boston. Last year he went off the face of the earth and disappeared, and him and Harden and Katie never really got to gel together.
According to him, he went off the flat side of the earth.
He's so
Pretty bad.
he's something else. But yeah, I like I think I like if I was going to preseason prediction, I like Milwaukee, and I like I'm gonna say Denver as much as I want to say Phoenix because I love Chris Paul. I'm gonna say Denver. Cavs tonight though. The Cavs guys, Taco Fall.
Taco Fall. Is he gonna like make the roster? Like
Yeah, I mean he'll probably play like 4 or 5 minutes a game, but it's so tough. I mean, it's cool that they got him though. Good PR pickup. I mean, because they're probably not gonna be very.
he's so
competitive.
bad, but
I hope they're good. Like I hope they're good, but
I
they
doubt
won't
it.
be. But
Basketball is weird though. You can be like 20 games under 500 and almost make the playoffs. Like
sometimes, yeah, I mean, because there's not as.
it's so top heavy.
It's a weird schedule.
It's
Yo,
so
yeah,
top heavy. Like
it's super top heavy. It's a little bit more balanced now that like the Warriors aren't as good, and even Brooklyn with their stars, like anybody can beat them. Like Milwaukee can beat them. They have a great team chemistry. I like Miami. I like Chicago. Even Boston's okay still. They have good players. Tatum's I mean, could be a top 5 player by the end of the year here. I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's just hard to see. It's the first game yesterday. But Steph Curry, Warriors is a sleeper team too. Steph Curry didn't play particularly great, and they didn't have Klay Thompson. And I don't think Klay's gonna come back and be the old Klay, but they won.
yeah.
Klay didn't play, or Steph didn't shoot that good, and they beat the Lakers. And they had a formidable like size disadvantage against them with no Wiseman. So I like them too this year. I'm not a believer in the Lakers. We'll have to see. I know I'm gonna hear about it from the bronzesexuals and the
Bronzesexuals.
that
Dude.
I'm a hater, but like
Dude.
I'm sorry. I can't
Basketball
get
is also like one of the biggest cancerous fan bases. Like it's
yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, it's very.
The thing I like about football is like everybody's cancer about their own team. With basketball, nobody has any loyalty whatsoever. Like you'll see people that are
because a lot of people are just fans of stars.
Exactly.
They're fans of star players. So like they're just like I said, a lot of people they follow LeBron. They go where LeBron goes.
Bronzesexuals. Yeah.
Yeah, but Yeah, I think we've kind of talked about everything. I mean,
It was good.
we've been going
It's
for
a
about an
good
hour
first
here.
episode, and we
Good first
went for
episode.
pretty much exactly an hour. So
So
that's
I mean, talked about a lot. We'll
yeah.
see. Compare the picks next
Hmm.
week when we do this again, and that was
Yeah, I'll
fun. I
keep
liked it.
track of the DFS, and we'll go keep track of that
Yeah,
as we go.
we'll
But
set our head-to-head lineup. I mean, if people are interested, maybe we start like a subscribers like DFS head-to-head. You guys play against us, set your own
yeah.
lineups and stuff. Do like a you guys could pick maybe a $3 buy-in or something like that. Play
Hmm.
every week on DraftKings or something like
Also,
that. So,
if you're interested in being a guest on the show, we would love to have you. You can either
yeah, come
message me or Bob,
or DM the
or you can DM the Instagram account. It was
or
shown on the
join the Discord.
yeah, or it was
Probably
shown
gonna
on
start a
the
TikTok.
yeah, probably. It
I'll
was
probably
shown on the
start
startup
TikTok.
screen,
Maybe
so
yeah, maybe even a Twitter at some point here too. Yeah,
probably
I mean this is kind of fresh. I mean we're using a gaming headset, so I mean pretty fresh stuff. But I mean we're just gonna keep going, just to keep talking about sports. Hopefully we
yeah.
can keep growing the following and drop any suggestions for what you want to see content wise, what you want to talk about, teams, players, things, sports related, whatever. This is fun though. I like
Hmm.
it.
I like it. It's pretty cool.
So
All right, yeah.
yeah, I mean
We'll see you next week, probably same time.